new rule. There we go. I hope you're following me. Again, type everything that you see on the screen, and I'll try to keep going into it. So here we go. Now we're going to take this general rule, and we're going to do general. And how do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? Yeah, we're going to just... So what we're going to do is we're going to call this general bucket rules. Or, yeah, general bucket rules, we'll call this. And let's get ready to rumble. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to do, let's see here, scroll down to our buckets, perfect. Alright, so what we're going to do is wrap buckets. Now here we go. So we're wrapping our buckets, and we're first going to do the font family this time around, and of course Arial, of course Helvetica, of course Sans, and our background color is going to be, look at that, I actually remembered, 5734, right? And background there's not going to be no repeat for the background, so we'll actually be fine with that. This width is going to be important. It's going to be 986 pixels by height of 345 pixels, and there you go. So that's what we need there. Okay, and our bucket left. Bucket left. Which I don't think I actually labeled these. This is going to be a little bit of a problem. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is, real quick, this is going to change here. It's going to change the bucket left, so let's do that. This bucket left. Obviously bucket 2 is going to be center, and this is going to be bucket right. Yeah, and it's going to be bucket right. Alright, let's save that real quick. Just thought about that. So, yeah, even a pro messes up. But anyway, so bucket left will be there. Alright, and then we'll give it some things. So width is going to be 236 pixels, and we're going to float this bucket to the left. Alright. Now we'll add this, we'll say bucket center, and I believe it's bucket center. Let's make sure it is bucket center, and bucket center is going to be width of 236 pixels again. This one is going to float to the right, and this is going to have a margin of -343 pixels. Negative 675 pixels, 0 pixels, 0 pixels. And that's what we're going to need for that. And then our bucket, then our dot bucket. Bucket. Then our bucket right. Let's just make sure sure something right here. Let's try to get this done fast. All right, so our bucket right, bucket B, bucket right. All right. So then our bucket right is going to be width of 236 pixels. Float is going to be the left for this right. And our right, you would think no, it's going to be float to the right. What am I saying? All right, bucket right's going to float right. Margin is going to be negative 3 pixels by negative 340 pixels by 0 pixels by 0 pixels. And one other thing I want to do is with this bucket left, I'm going to want to give it some dimension. So the bucket left is going to be a margin. Let's do a margin on there. And it's going to be 2 pixels by 0 pixels by 0 pixels. And this one is going to be 40 pixels. So this is the only one that's going to have an ending of 40 pixels. And that should be good, right? Yeah. And that's the wrapper bucket. Let's just make sure some. And actually, I'm going to want to add one line on here. And I forgot all about it. But if we're looking here, there's a wrapper bucket inner one. And what we're going to do is just wrapper buckets inner one. And we only need to do this command once. But what we're going to do is give this some dimensions. And this is going to basically say, it's going to be the width. We're going to say these bucket widths are only 275, so we're only going to give it that much. 275 pixels. It's going to be the width. And we're going to say it's going to float the buckets. Inner is going to float left. So we're arguing these statements right here, as you can see. And the padding top, all these buckets are going to be 10 pixels. And actually, I just thought about it. I could put it underneath here. Just like that. Alright. Now that we're done that, we're going to make another bucket rule. So this is like our guideline right here. But now we're going to need to do bucket rules. I like to create 2 different rules for this. So let's go here, and it's going to be, instead of general, it's going to be called bucket rules. Now the bucket rules are what's inside the bucket. So let's do dot bucket header, which should be in there. It is. And right down in there should be background color. And the background color is going to be A, free, C, 8, free, 4. There we go. Background, no, we're going to do height again, and that's 42 pixels. And then the margin for this, which we're not going to have any margins actually with this one, so we'll get rid of that, but we are going to have some padding though. And the padding is going to be 19 pixels, 0 pixels by 0 pixels by 15 pixels. That should be good. That should be good. And let's see, font size is going to be 25 pixels. Font weight is going to be 400 pixels. And the color of that font will be FFF, which should be white basically there. Alright, now the bucket details. So if you look on there, there's a bucket details. So the bucket details is going to be laid out like this. So bucket details background color for these bucket details is going to be laid out like this. Free 1, free 1, free 1, free 1. Like that. Alright. The height, again, for this is going to be 260 pixels. The width, no, actually we're not going to use a width. We're going to use padding again. Why not? And it's going to be 1 pixel by 0 pixels by 0 pixels by 0 pixels. So I'll do that 4 times. Font size in this, I'm going to say 16 pixels. And color so let's see here. So now we're going to want to do bucket details because there's an order list in there as well. Bucket, let's do this again. Bucket details, UL. And now let's do a list and let's do a style. And we don't really want a style for this list, so we'll say none. And we'll say the margins will be 10 pixels by 24 pixels of this list. And we'll say the padding would be 0 pixels. Okay. Next, we'll do a bucket details, UL, LI. And again, we're going to do a border this time around, bottom. And this time we're going to do 1 pixel, and we're going to do a solid color here. And we're going to do this color 999. Perfect. Margin we're not going to have, but we're going to have some padding again. And we'll do 5 pixels by 0 pixels. And we're all done that. So next, let's again move up the screen. Wow, we're at like 161 lines of code. Congratulations, you are at 163 lines of code. So let's see here. So next we're gonna do buckets. So we'll do bucket details, and we'll do UL, and then we'll do paragraph, right? Yeah, why not? And then what we'll do is we'll add some padding to that, and we'll just make 3 pixels with that padding. Next, after we're done doing that, we'll do bucket bottom, and actually, yeah, it is bucket bottom. So bucket bottom, and now we're gonna add the bottom to this bucket. We're gonna add the bottom to the bucket. Bucket bottom is gonna be text align. Center that. It's gonna be our bucket bottom, and then we'll do another bucket bottom p dot COSD, and we'll do font size and 30 pixels, and we'll do font weight bold, and we'll do color, which is going to be this odd color, I guess. Okay, and then we'll do this time we will do a margin. Finally, I was waiting for our margins to pop up. By the way, if you want to learn more about different the different functions I'm using here, or different styles, but margins and headers and all, you could definitely check out wfreeschools.com to like learn the definition of that. And I just want to make sure I list the padding here of 0 pixels, so our browser knows that. And let's see, are we done yet? Yeah, so we're basically done there. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is take another rule here. Lovely. Put it in here. And this time we're gonna name this general main body rules. There we go. So main body. You remember we did the main body, and if we have to look here, you can even see that we have it here too. See, main body. All right, and now we're gonna do this main body with a width of 750 pixels, and we're gonna do float left, and we're gonna do a margin of this by -10 pixels by -3. 40 pixels by 0 pixels by 110 pixels. Why not? And the padding will be bottom. Oops, padding bottom. There we go. 30 pixels. There we go. Alrighty then. And now we're gonna do main body P. And why not? And this main body P is going to be text align, and that's going to be center. And what else? Font size 18 pixels. And actually, if I remember, did I give this? I did. Main body content. Get rid of this actually. Yeah, we get rid of that. And I want to get rid of this as well. Take those away. Alright, anyways, back to this. Font size, 18 pixels. Color is going to be white or FFF or FFF or whatever. Color FFF. Oh, color FFF. There you go. Alrighty then. Next is going to be our main body, H1. And this is going to be background color. And we're going to do C0EE34. And font size for that is going to be 40 pixels. And the color again is going to be white. Right. Wow, 200 lines so far. Alright, and now we're going to add one more rule in here. It's going to be for the other social media stuff here. So if we go down, oh, I didn't add a social media footer. How about that? Oh, we can always do that later on. So I guess the next thing would be footer rules. Let's do that. Footer rules. Because it does the footer rules. And we're going to do footer. And we're going to do width 750 pixels. And we're going to float left. And we're going to do margin -20 pixels by -340 pixels, 0 pixels by 390 pixels. And then the padding for this will be bottom. And we'll do 30 pixels padding. And then the footer text left is going to be padding. Yep, perfect padding left. 20 pixels. Oh, come on, 20 pixels. Text align equals left. And color equals, come on. There we go. And there we go. So that seems like it is all done. So let's save this. And I don't think I left anything out here. Alright, so now it's time to cross our fingers. We are now done the HTML and CSS part, and I think we're under 60 minutes. Yeah. And of course, yeah, look at this hover. This is really nice. Of course, we have our Facebook, Twitter, Google+, map link on the top, phone number, calls to action box.